Pepper's painting with his
Good
new
morning.
overhead camera thing.
Yep.
And so he also has those really cool paint thingies that he just got from the Soiled Earth people.
Art of soil.
Okay. Soiled, salted earth people.
Art of soil.
uh,
I don't think I don't think they'll appreciate me saying soiled earth. That sounds
no,
dirty.
no, they're just gonna not. They're not gonna appreciate you. They're not gonna appreciate me. That's who they're not gonna appreciate.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I want them to appreciate anyone that I recommend it
right.
them to. So
So now I am a very small subsection of the bottom of the page. It's very cool.
Cool.
So what I'm working on is actually doing the history of everything. And then we can decide once all of the history is in here, how much of this is going to go into my little work document thing. So we're going to switch to doing that over here.
Is this like one of those things where you over prepared and now you have to pare down?
I will have to. I will switch over to the other thing. I actually did an entire timeline of the history of everything. Unfortunately, I did it in Photoshop because I'm an idiot. So now I have to put it back into a Word document and save it.
Gotcha.
And that's fine. But this also allows me to add the other half of the timeline that I did in my sketchbook. Again, not very useful. But
Okay.
that's all right. That's all right. We're getting there. So I've got to just type in a whole bunch of stuff.
Gotcha.
And all of the dates in this thing are huge all the time. It's so weird because when you have dates, a calendar that can actually literally go back to the beginning of time, things are. And you have a story that spans the galactic life, the life of the galaxy. So
yeah.
I have races that lived and died, before we ever existed.
So we have what's that race that they call themselves where you find out in Star Trek Next Generation that all life is based off of all humanoid life is based off of them.
Yeah. The originators. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same thing. Except that we don't. That's not how it works in my story, but yes, we've got at least those guys. Those guys. So, I am now at Humans Rising on Earth.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where I am.
No, not the human rising.
All right. It was the human uprising.
What do you mean uprising?
Right.
Oop.
So, because actually I'm sure there's a zillion other dark worlds, but the only one we care about is Earth.
I'll take your word for it. I personally like Jupiter.
Yep. So, yeah, okay. The good news about this is actually doing this overwriting story is not bad.
Gotcha.
Right? Like little bean sprouts, they rise only to be harvested. Poor humans, writes Donald. Good morning, Donald.
Morning, Donald.
Welcome to the show. I don't know if I should make my screen bigger or not. I don't know. I don't.
It's up to you. You're the commander of the show.
Right. I mean, my feeling is it's kind of boring at this point to watch me type stuff. It's much more interesting to watch you paint things.
Well, I mean, if you feel that way,
I do.
shucks.
Very strongly about that.
I feel like I'm back at my grandparents' house with your music. I can actually hear your music today. So, for those of you tuning in and not realizing it, I have a headset and I have a new audio equipment that my husband picked out with Guy's help, and we are coming live from over my desk and reposition lighting, and so everything is new. um, but it's interesting because when we set up the audio equipment last night, all I could really hear, and I was thoroughly convinced for a short time, but before I like realized like no, that can't be it. Basically, last night when I after everything was plugged in, I'm sitting there and I'm like down in my office alone. Bill's upstairs. I hear clicking noises coming through, and I'm like, my house isn't haunted. My house isn't haunted. My house isn't haunted. Because it didn't sound like normal clicking. It sounded like Morse code. And the people that lived here before us, like I don't know what they were into. And as far as I knew, it was just an older woman and one of her children, possibly, that lived here. That's that's all it was. Um,
Oh, you have a noon hospital visit. Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm just responding to Donald. Uh, I feel you, my friend. I have a noon visit to the dentist. I'm not looking forward to that either.
well, I hope everything goes well for you, Donald.
Yep. But
That
not
was
for me.
Donald, right?
That was Donald. Yes.
Okay,
Donald's killing time waiting for his parents who are dropping off somebody at the airport.
cool.
But, and then he's got a hospital visit at noon.
I
Yep.
feel you on the hospital visit, man. I don't like hospitals.
I hate hospitals. Oh man, going to the VA no less. Oof. Spent way too many months at the VA hospital.
My my like I have family members who utilize the VA. The
No.
latest one is my sister and her fiance. They bought a house, so they were thinking, oh, the VA will be very helpful in their home loan process. No, no, not
Yeah.
even a chance. Not even a chance. They've been having one problem after another.
Yep, 1 hour of circling to find parking. Yeah, that's about right. Even at the big VA, I mean, because they got that new hospital on the other side of town. Well, I say the other side of town because I'm in Arvada, so it's always in the other side of town. Everything's on the other side of town.
Mm,
For you, it's in a different town. It's not even in the same town.
yeah. I mean, we moved from Loveland to Lakewood, and I did not realize on how like location wise advantage Lakewood was compared to Loveland.
Right.
That's the like because I could like literally drive to your house in Arvada and like come back within a half an hour to my house. So um, it's a little bit of an adjustment. That's for sure for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Um, but also at the same time, like everyone's like, "Oh, well, you're still out in the
Oh, that makes sense.
country." What makes sense?
He says everybody has a handicap placard. And so it takes forever for them to get a parking space.
I think they should just have everyone that goes to the VA that has a handicap placard, like, just park in normal spaces, because it seems like everyone that's going there has one already, from my point of view. However,
You put all of the parking spaces so that they're the closest parking spaces.
exactly, like, just straight up round the building and then
Right.
have another row of them, so it's like double road.
Doors all around the outside of the building so that there's a
Yeah,
door close to a parking spot.
exactly.
See? We've got this figured out, man. We've got this totally figured out.
Yeah, and we can say this all we want, but they'll never listen to someone like us.
I mean, from where you live, Donald? Yeah. I figured you were somewhere up here because you keep going to karaoke up here. I've got to figure out where the Bandois are, where that star was, because it's got to be 50. Nah, it's got to be however far it is. That's however long ago it got destroyed. Because the timing is important on that one. So at the moment, you still there?
I'm still here.
Huh.
What's up? Did
Your
my
hand's
video-
frozen.
Oh.
There we go.
sorry.
There we go. It's moved a little.
Is there something wrong with my camera? Because my OBS is still normal.
Yeah. I don't know. There. Oh, you're just at a really low frame rate. Like one
Well,
frame every 3 seconds or 4 seconds.
I don't know why that is, because my OBS has me being like super fast.
Right.
And I mean, when I logged in, I chose to have OBS stream at the highest setting I could get, which was 720.
You believe correctly, Brent. It is Pepper.
Hey, Brent. Sorry if I'm low. I'm just trying to find out what's going on with my camera.
Yeah, since your hand is still on the desk right now.
Yeah, and I've definitely walked away.
I was about to say, either you have really long arms. Oh, it's flipping.
Yeah, there it is. There's the past image of me, and once it did that. What's going on? Huh? OBS. Oh. What's going on, OBS?
I'm gonna flip you guys or flip us so that I've got mostly coverage of all of the banners up there, and you can see Pepper's board bigger. I don't know. I wonder if I shift to this. No, that's not going to be any better. That's not going to be better.
Okay, hold on. Let's try that. Yay! Okay, so
that worked a whole lot better.
I'm directly linked to your stream now. And with this camera basically makes my hand look fake. It looks like a puppet.
Well, it's because your hand is fake.
Guy, I told you. Don't talk about my prosthetics like that.
Right? It's so mean.
I know.
I'm so mean to you. Brent, I'm trying to figure out where Bandois is.
Are you talking about the... Oh, wait, no. This is a
what I'm working on.
No, this is a PG show. I shouldn't ask. No. Because every single time you say Benoit, I get the urge to I don't know if you remember the Benoit balls,
No,
or
that's
if I
Benoit.
if you huh.
I thought that was Benoit.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm like. I'll just go back to painting. Shut up, Pepper.
I'm like, what? A lot?
So, we when we were putting together the audio stuff last night, we did not do anything for feedback, so that's why I'm on headset. So,
All right.
let's see.
We
I'm
will
just
just
gonna
find the star and plug it in. That's what we'll do. It'll be easy. This is simple.
find the star and plug the race in.
Mm-hmm. Just plug the world in. Okay. So, damn it.
Janet. Oh wait, sorry. This is not Rocky Horror Picture Show. Hey
All right.
guy, is there anyone do you know of anyone on the internet that basically roasts classic films outside of like it do you know of like if someone's doing like the cheesy just kind of like Mystery Science Theater 3000 but with humans?
Not really.
Okay.
Is finding this star important to the tech manual? Well, the answer really is kind of complicated. Do we want to put what year Bandois was destroyed in our tech manual in the timeline? If so, it needs to be about 500 light years from Bellatrix. And that means we got to figure out where that is. So that's what I'm doing here. Is I'm like I realize that without saying where it is, I mean we could always just say it's about 500 light years away.
Well, if the world's destroyed, technically they won't even know where it was to begin with. They just know where it's
They'll easily know because
huh?
it's got a sphere going around it of noise, right?
Right, but what I'm trying to say is like you could put it in there all you want, but like the actual epic center like may take a few years for them to find that part. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that?
Well, sure, but not humans. The humans aren't. But when Banwa is destroyed, that's gonna be 500 years or so. I mean, I guess we have to figure it out. Is it how far out is it? Is it 1,000 years? 1,000 light
Right,
years away?
right.
Because Bellatrix is 254 light years out. So we'd have to make it about 700 or so light years the other direction past Earth.
Okay.
And that's what I think we want to do. Is about 700 or so light years past Earth. So we'll just find a star. It's about 700 light years from Earth towards the galactic center.
Okay. Cool. That works.
Yep. And I know you're worried about forest and trees and stuff.
Me?
No. Uh, Brent. And he's not wrong.
I never said he was wrong. I'm sorry if I gave that inclination.
Bad hobbits. No. No, 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 no. I'm agreeing with him.
You want to add hobbits to your story? That's a little bit much, guy.
You think so?
Yeah, that would be.
Great. They
I
taste
mean,
filling.
you could always, make them tasty. That's fine. I mean, it goes along with what Bill always says. Like, if we found life on other planets, thank God that they just pray that they're not tasty because humans will eat them.
No.
I'm sorry. We would. Be a predator situation. Show up on their planet with guns. They're peaceful. Eloys, what are you doing? So. So.
Why is this significant? Weird.
Huh?
Huh.
Who's asking what?
And just that if you go to Wikipedia, there is a page called List of Star Systems within 70 to 75 light years. And I'm like, why is that a thing? Why would you need to make that page?
You never know. Someone may be like you and need to know.
Well, it looks like there's just 60 to 65, 65 to 70, 70 to 75, 75 to 80. It's like, okay, but why? Why? Why would you do that?
Just stop at 80?
Yeah, I mean, like, why does it stop there? Why not have, just a ton of them? I don't know. Oh, well. You know what? I can do this. I don't know why this is really, I'm just spending too much time getting perplexed. Man.
What's going on in chat?
I don't know. I'm not reading chat. No, Pepper, you never did. I'm just trying to keep Guy on track so he can finish the tech manual this week and get it to the printer.
Gotcha.
He's keeping me on my job, which is cool.
Mm.
Oh. $500's the best we've got, huh? Excuse me. I'm allergic to mornings.
So is Garfield.
Yep.
I gotta say, I really am enjoying these paints.
Yep.
So.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The system has planets. Two of them, no less. One of them's a protostar, though. Cool. K towards 0. That'll work.
I feel like your music would fit right in with the royal family of Jirai, just like listening to it. So, like all of Tenchi Muyo, all of the characters of Tenchi Muyo would just be like sitting back and listening to it.
Probably. You know what? We're going to do this. Uh-oh. Okay. That's good. I think we may have actually found our star.
You are definitely coming in on my end very loud, louder than you were.
What? Why?
For some weird reason, all of a sudden, like it seemed like you were right up against your mic.
I can aim towards my mic. I can aim away from my mic.
Okay.
Does that make a difference?
No, it was like all of a sudden there you are, and I was just like, well, you guys louder. He must be closer. That's all.
Right?
I wasn't. I'm getting new to this experience.
It's a new experience. .81 is good. I will go just a little further, though. That's another 6 kiloparsecs. I don't know if I want to go that one, probably. All right. I'll pick this guy here.
He picks you.
Like Pikachu.
Exactly.
Let's go to nearest and find the closest G star. U. That's a G8, though. We want a G5. A G3 will work in a pinch. A G6 is good. Let's sort by type and see what we got. Well, let's extend that out then. Looks like G6 is all we're going to get. Okay.
Like a G6.
Yep. Roll a G6. All right. We found Benoit. Benoit. Hey, George. Just hanging? Okay. You hang. You do you, boo. Okay. G0194-1. It's a G6 star. And we'll double check our navigation real quick. And 0.86. 867. Which means that at 1,000 years, it would be 200 light years past Bellatrix. Which, that's important.
Sure.
You're like, whatever.
I'll go with that. If that's what you tell me to go with, I'll go with that.
Right?
I'm having MASH flashbacks with this current song.
Uh-huh. Do-do-do-do.
Well, oops. Be right back.
Be right back. Okay. You do that. Oh. 194.
So if Bill comes in while I'm gone to do messages with Bill, be prepared.
Be prepared.
All right.
This is one that got changed. Yeah. So I remember, it's funny you would say that, Brent. I remember there was a thing in Mad Magazine where they had tombstones to shows that were dead. And this was in the 80s, so MASH had just left. And the tombstone read, here lies MASH, a show that went where few others have gone before, serving 11 years in a 6-year war. Like, that's about right. Okay, I'm going to take your numbers and your right ascension. Oh, wait, I need L and B.
Yeah. Go do messages with Bill. Why?
All right. Here. And it's L is U, and its V is U. There we go. And we look at its converted data, and we get Menwa at x876, x plus. So x plus 876 means we've got to take U, just get an idea of where things are. A long ways out. That was x plus, right? X plus y plus z plus doesn't really matter. Why are you not out here? Oh, because the local space map needs to capture all of that. Well, he's put his headset down.
Hello?
Hello.
No. Bill was busy. That is why he did not join you.
And that doesn't surprise me. Bill can be busy. That's okay.
Oh. If Bill wasn't busy, I'd be worried.
Right? Instead, he's bussy.
Yes.
George has gone insane.
Another cat bites the dust.
Yep. So sad.
Doctors still haven't figured it out. They start out quite normal. They start out cute, innocent. They show affection and love, and then all of a sudden,
Kablam.
it's like usually when they hit that 1 year mark.
Right.
It's like they start morphing into a little weird creature.
Of doom.
Doom, 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 doom. And it's worse every single time it's a black cat.
Yep. Feeling like Bandois is quite a ways away. Much further away than I thought. It's all right. I'm
Sad.
like somewhat alarmed here. Like, wow. Part of the reason I do this though is so that I can visualize, because I really can't. I mean, it's hard to visualize the distances we're talking about here, you know.
Actually, I don't have problems visualizing in that manner. So honestly, I think I have like I can probably picture it. My problem is understanding when people don't understand it. So I like listening to you talk about it.
Mm. All right.
You know what show I think that they should bring back for some weird reason? I think they should. I know they probably can't do half the stuff that they did in the show originally too. Dark Shadows.
Or its little known, scarcely talked about counterpart, Shark Dados.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about that one. I don't know. It's so weird.
Well, Dark Shadows had everything for a sci-fi, like a sci-fi soap opera.
Yeah.
I mean, well, more like a supernatural one. They had witches and warlocks and werewolves and vampires, and not to mention, according to my mom, she watched it all the time before I watched it with her, and there were certain episodes she wouldn't let me see because apparently incest.
Yeah, I don't understand if the thought process is that if you don't see it, then you won't think to do it. Never understood that one.
I am well. I mean, I learned from an early age what it was.
I was gonna
So
say I can't imagine that, you know.
I mean, I'm for
Wow.
lack intensive purposes. Like I've seen it in real life, like when I was a kid. So it's not like I didn't know about it.
That's what I was thinking too. It's like, well, but um, you know, I don't know. I've never quite understood people and their let's not tell kids about stuff because then they won't do it theory.
Well, I don't think it was like I think my mom just didn't want me exposed to it. That's all.
Yeah, I
I've
just don't
watched.
know. I don't
I,
know. I wonder if that's a um closer to a problem with. I mean, I'm thinking things in a non-insulting your mom sort of way here. I'm not trying to knock your mom here.
I think the thing is like don't I mean for all intents and purposes I have two first cousins that have children together.
Yep, that's what I was like. I'm like, well,
I know where it came. I know
we're
where it comes
Southerners,
from.
so I hate to say this.
I mean, I'm not. I have said I am. My family may be from New England, but I grew up in the South. There's
Yeah,
a reason for it. But I mean, I love my cousins that came from that union, and they're great, and there's nothing wrong with them, and in the slightest, I think they're all great people. I just I know where my mom I know where my mom was going with that. So,
Hmm.
um, but it also shows like I was quite accustomed to it, like knowing about it.
Yep. All right. We have located. Wow.
What's up?
Located Bandwa. It's already way out on the Corward border.
Is that a good thing?
I just, I'm amazed at how far away it is. It's outside of the arm, of the spiral arm.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's fine. It actually makes some sense because it would be this makes sense that the battle that occurred here wouldn't have involved Sol or Earth because the dueling sides would have wanted to stay out of the high gravity fields inside here, because that's a thing in my story, that there is high gravity issues and stuff. Or once you get into the arms, like
Mm-hmm.
the arms themselves, into the spiral arms, you have to slow down immensely. So having a star that's out here in the middle of nowhere makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes some sense, because that would be the star that would be attacked, because it would be open and easy to see, so to speak. So let's grab the colors that I use for these things and go up here to Banwa. And then we'll put it into the map. And it's marked. There we go.
What I found a thought process of mine, and take it for what it is. You doing all this work for Bellatrix Rising, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then NASA scientists coming out and saying, "We found someone in such and such system, and they are cat people."
All right.
You know,
And that'd be my.
yep. And they contact us and everything. So it would be weirder if they were like, "We would like the request the presence of Guy Davis."
Right. The cat people want to talk to me. I'd be like, well, okay.
And make sure he brings his cat.
Right. We wish to speak to George. George, the communicator. Wait, what?
What? You bring George. George is absolutely useless because Earth cats can't talk.
Right. Or just because he's George, and that makes him absolutely useless.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, these things happen. Could have used you. All right. Now that we've done this, there are the two lines that we need to come up with. All right. So 500 parsecs. Man. It's always math. 1630. No.
Okay.
All right, copy paste. Let's get ourselves a little. Did I make it at 800 parsecs?
I don't know, but I'll say yes.
Well, 800 parsecs is a markedly farther distance. That makes that star a lot farther away than I wanted it to be.
No, that sucks.
That is an interesting coincidence that I'm not sure I'm ready to fight with yet. And I may just give up and then go find it later. But I need to kind of put it on this map because this map is going into the tech manual too. And so I'm kind of doing but because 500 parsecs is 1600 light years.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
I like its location better. So the only reason that I'm hesitating here, Brent, this map's got to go in there too. I don't want to. So here's the thing, Brent. I really don't want to have to say, oops, I did it wrong because I didn't think it through. So I'm going to have to redo it after I publish this. So I really, really, really don't want to screw this up. Bandois is a big deal in our story, it's a big point of story. So locating it correctly is the right thing. But I don't think I'm going to recalculate it. I think what I'm going to do is just leave it where it is and move its attack time back in the timeline. So when it was attacked was whatever is 860 times 3.26. So 2800 years ago. And that's what we'll do. That's what I'll do. Right? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. So we'll do that. We'll do that instead. I completely agree with the idea of keeping from going completely bonkers, but all we got to do is put the timeline in and we're done. And then now we're going to have to update these maps, but the maps are already done too. So if that's all we've got left, then I'm not as worried. Because it is That is a long way away from everybody else in local space. $875. Double check it. Yeah, I was off by just a little bit. Let's fix that. Double check my numbers real quick. I'm just going to leave Bandwa out here where it is. And then we're just going to call it good. Call it a day, but at least the numbers are straight and they're all together. So that's important. Oh, no. It's totally cool, dude. You're doing your job. I just, in this instance, I think it's better to do the numbers right the first time. That's all. Other than that, you are absolutely doing your job and doing the correct thing. The thing. But this map is going to end up in the tech manual, and so is the timeline. So it would be. I'm trying to avoid kludging things. Like somewhere along the line, we have an episode where we travel out to the star Bandwa or whatever, and then you've got a character that says, "Oh, we're going out 800 light years," and then somebody does the math and says, "But you said it took 2,000 light years for the radio waves to go, and radio waves travel at the speed of light. So why is it 800 light years to the planet and then 2,000 light years?" It's like, I want to fight this fight. Just want it all to fit. So I am cognizant and aware that I do, in fact, run completely bonkers sometimes, and I'm not going to say that I don't. I cannot argue with you on that.
I'm not trying to argue with you on that.
No, Brent is. It's all good. You're not reading the comments because it's Brent and I who are talking about it. He's all good.
Gotcha.
I want Brent to continue forest and treesing me. And I don't want him to feel bad about the fact that I'm like, not this time. This time I think I'm doing the right thing. Because most of the time he's absolutely spot on, and I've got to stop being goofy. You know, that's all. That's all.
But I've always wanted to be goofy.
Yeah. Instead, you ended up being Donald Duck. How did that happen?
I don't know.
I know, right? So weird.
Although I don't think I have his anger issues.
That's true. And thank goodness for that.
I know, right? Ta-da! I think it's done.
It's 1,000 parsecs. Long ass distance. All right. 2803. So let's go and say it's 3,000 years. I'll make it 2950. 904. So moving from here. In the original maps that I made 2 years ago, we had both the Bandois Memorial or Banbois thing, the radio wire, the radio thing, and the expansion
The Expanse.
of the destruction of destruction of Beetlejuice. Okay, hang on. So it's just over 900. That puts this line. And we're at break moment here. Now the question is, can I put an ellipse? I can do an exact circle. That's not good. I can. Why is it the ellipses in here can? I don't know. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Can't even do that. Okay, well, that's irritating. Okay, stop. It's another thing that I'm having a problem with leaving Photoshop for. And that is no matter what, I feel like I get a whole lot. There are a lot more good tools in Photoshop that we don't get in in here. Like there's no ruler tool in Clip. It's
There
extreme.
isn't.
No, not one that I found. I mean, I guess I'm speaking without knowledge. Obviously, who knows? So, I mean, but as far as I can tell, there's no. The front door is open.
Who's coming into your house, guy?
Actually, I think it's my wife leaving the house. So. She's now up front. There we go. There we go. And we'll call that the radio line. All right. That, I feel like, is a significant part of the story and an important piece that we need to make sure was added to our map. But it doesn't, probably needs to be a different color than blue, maybe? Moving it further out, though, also makes sense in the story. So I'm kind of glad we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Because originally it was only 500 light years out. Well, that means the Benoit was destroyed just before Earth.
Hey, math is not wrong.
Right. So putting it 2,800 years ago puts it 1,500, well, puts it 2,000, 2,200 years before Earth, which means that the war could have wandered through this sector, had a fight, wandered off the sector, come back later, wandered back into the sector. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't have to be all happening all at once.
Yeah.
So that makes a little bit more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot better. And also now clearly defines the Bandwa radio line.
I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. What?
Mm-hmm. And now we need to do just one more, and that is... We'll take the Bandwa radio line that we were doing, delete. Because the other important one is the light line around Betelgeuse. Because that happened. That happened. And we'll just do that one real quick, because that should be on this map, and this map then will be complete. And Betelgeuse. Nope. Clear. 500. Huh? So about 150, give or take. That's good enough. We'll make that work. 150 right there. Just a little bit less than 150, so right about here. There. And I appreciate the fact that he's trying to keep me on track.
Mm-hmm. Which is very hard to do.
You just saying that because you know it's true.
I know it's true. We've had very long discussions about how to keep people on track.
Yeah. I'm not going to make it that big because I don't want it to go all the way out to the Commonwealth. So we'll do that. And we'll call that. And then we'll. Aw. Did you have to put it there? No.
Yeah, we have to put it there.
Wait for it. Just for. You must stop drawing. Why? You're on the wrong layer.
No!
There we go. We'll call this the Betelgeuse light line.
Okay.
And I'll hit shift. And we'll go like so. And then I'll just reposition it. There we go, right around the center there. So the light line has just passed the Commonwealth. That's useful. I meant to do this 2 weeks ago whenever we did this, and I didn't, and I'm aggravated about it, but that's all right.
Well, I mean, you got busy. That's all that means.
Mm-hmm. See you in about 10.
Was that Donald?
Yep. No, I better check to make sure I'm spelling Beetlejuice right.
You're spelling it like the movie, right?
Exactly. I spelled it right. Holy crap. I can't believe I did that.
I can.
Beetlejuice is always spelled so weird because it's Betelgeuse, which is always so weird.
Yeah, I think they actually make fun of it in the movie
Yes.
because he actually says like the actual like he puts up Beetlejuice in the Beetlejuice movie actually puts up the way that it's supposed to be spelled, and Lydia can't say it,
Right.
and because she doesn't,
Betelgeuse.
yeah, because it's like because it is spelt like Beetlegeist,
Yep.
but that's not on how it's pronounced.
Nope.
Uh,
All right. I call this good enough. I think.
no, well, I think I finished this.
120. So let's do 120 3 times 3.26 equals 400. Almost square. So that puts. Okay, now go back to my timelines and figure this out. Okie dokie. In the
Yeah, well,
year 2929. Okay.
well, I finished the painting I was working on. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So 1620 is when Betelgeuse explodes.
Hmm. I
In
thought
other
he just
years.
went into the underworld with Diane.
And we have to go back 2803. All right. Because I can do these numbers correctly. 778 BC is when Andois is attacked.
Sorry.
I'm just helping. All right.
Well, I finished the painting. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, that's cool. Hold it up higher. Wait. There we go. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah,
It
that works.
works. Is
That works. I
that
like it.
better?
No,
Nope.
you're there. No, back there. That looks good right there. Good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, you actually can see all the colors when it's down here.
Right?
uh, yeah, Bill basically was like, "We need to get you more lights," and I was like, "It looks very well lit right now." Yeah.
I'm just going to put all these dates in local time instead of putting it all in galactic time. Because it won't help us as much as we think it will. There we go. because I can do the math on all this later. It
Hmm.
doesn't have to be right now.
Oh, yes. I did initially want to get up and get a prompt, but I don't know what time it is. Oh, I need to get up anyway. It's midway through the show.
Yep. We had the get up part, but I was in the middle of suffering. So, you know.
No, you were in the middle of a groove, and you don't mess with the groove.
Right? You don't mess with a groove, man.
The groove. The groove.
All right. So the Titan War lasts frickin' forever. The question really is, I'm just going to go with the real numbers for right now and then just translate them later. 2071. And then between that one is 2040. This is the G/F1 plague. (2091) is the diaspora of the Deastati and the Yizing-Chao. 2092. Ling Silver Cove, which we still don't have on the maps at all either. I have to figure out where that is. But I feel like that's in the middle of the Hyades cluster, which is fine. It's just one of the stars in the Hyades cluster, and I'll just roll with that someday. 2125 is the AI war. 2136 is peace declared. And 2215 Beehive established. 24 Bellatrix is settled. 2232 Keys is settled. 2235 Silver Cove is destroyed. 2247 Fold Drive is discovered. Changing the way we travel across the galaxy. Right? 23, 28. AI's reach.
Funlightenment.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. AI's reach. Equilibrium? Equilibrium. And are considered an equal life form. All right, 23, 28. That was 23, 28. Man, that took a long ass time because they got into a fight 200 years prior to that. It took them 200 years for them to fight that one down. $23, 28, then $23, 51. And the Ariettis War. That's a local war. I'm going to have to clarify this now because there hasn't been a galactic war since the Titan War. So would you call those conflicts? Maybe they would be conflicts.
Probably conflicts.
Because they're human and human. Or the unity versus humans, which would be part of it. 2417. War of the Burning Sea and the Beehive. Which is funnier if you don't know that Beehive is a specific place. Because then it just looks like the War of the Burning Sea in the Beehive. There's a sea in the Beehive? Right?
Well, I mean, you don't know what's out there in other systems.
Right? Is that a purge? 25, 42. Hang on. Design book, Bellatrix Rising. Nazidi Oparo is born. 25, 43. Chang Li is born. 25, 49. Angie Bennett is born. 2554. Mayrel Legend is born. 2568. Zing Chao is destroyed. And 2571. Chang Sarah is born. Then Chang Sarah dies. Spoilers. $25.81. Alex appears on Moment. Okay. That makes Chang Li 38. Angie is 32. Mayrel is 27. And Okparo is not there. Okay. I think I have added all of the pieces parts from every big thing. Yeah, whatever. So that's the big events. There are other events though, and I know I have another event thing. So, but at least my sketchbook is clear at this point now. So that's good.
Good.
You're back, and you're front too. Here's the other one that we need. And does that match my numbers? That'd be amazing. I would be amazed if my numbers were correct. 6293. 6293. Oh. Well, I'm a little bit shocked. 6260. Well, I'm dutifully shocked. My numbers match. Oh, well. Consider me completely stunned here.
Why? Because you did the math?
I did the math. Usually the math doesn't go well.
Well,
Just saying.
Just means that you've been doing the same type of math over and over for a while. It's finally sinking in.
Yeah, probably. Six two nine three. 6293. Even this one matches. Huh. Would not have thought that was going to wipe. Work 5480. Okay. Well, I'm shocked. I'm telling you, I'm shocked. Okay. Population is stranded, landing at Silver Cove. The next big thing is Galactic Day. Five slash 115. 115. Okay, so Galactic Day is 5/115. These are in galactic dates, so things get a little weird there. Then the AI war, 2.3 million people are killed. Establishment of the Kingdom of the Beehive. Where are we? Kingdom of the Beehive. I'm over. By the time Bellatrix is settled, let's say 500 million people move to the Unity colony. 5 billion people move to Hades. Good heavens. Okay. Warships. 3 billion people. And half of the AIs. Wow. All of this stuff is I'm now adding in from this other piece of important information. Unity law. That's what it is. Unity law declares AIs sentient and their own race. That's what it is. That's an important piece. Years long, nearly 30 billion people die. So I did a population growth thing, and it's fascinating because we start out at 65,241. That's how many people were saved off of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did just a standard, what is like a 1.1% increase in growth rate every year or every 5 years. And I mean, it's slow in the very beginning. And then I wiped out a couple of people every so often when we have a plague or whatever. Like, you know, the
Space plagues.
space plagues take over. And then but we hit 1 billion people. We pass a million people when they go to Silver Cove. And then they continue on. I just keep doing this population growth at each census taking place. And it's amazing how fast we just start reproducing.
Well, humans are the rabbits of society.
It really is. But I mean, it's fascinating at this point in time. By the time we hit 100 million people within 200 years. And then we reach 1 billion people within another 100 years after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we reach like 100 billion people by the time we get to the current day in the story. 100 billion humans.
Mm-hmm.
So like 3 billion die in this war, and it's like that's a lot of people. However, you know,
Yeah.
and it's probably not really 100 billion. It's probably closer to 20 billion, but it's still a lot of people there.
Hmm.
I'm gonna break up my colonies a little bit here and return the numbers, because I noticed that this is one problem. I did do the population growth. That's great, but
Mm-hmm.
population growth is not including population death.
Right.
So, like, all of the people who, were rescued from Earth 500 years ago apparently are still alive today. They're just very old. Oops. So I didn't do that math, but that's all right. Okay, Ariana's conflict, War of the Burning Sea, and the Beehive. $41. So let's do 1 billion people die. And then there's the Deus Stati Purge, which happens right after that. That's an unknown number of people, but we all know because we're, 8 billion says, so let's do 800 million. There we go. So 800 million Deus Stati are killed between the Commonwealth and the Beehive.
Mm.
Right. And then Xingqiao collapses. And this is 6293.
Here's a prompt for you. The
Mhm.
child has a disturbing science fair project.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? I mean, what?
Well, I mean, excuse me. When you think about school science fair projects, what's the most disturbing one that you've ever seen a child make?
That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like any of the times they do the biology experiments,
You
get
mean
a
like
frog
the
flying open there, and you're like, that smell means that you haven't really been. I mean, this has been like done for 2 weeks, hasn't it?
yeah, right?
Like, whoa.
Or was it the fruit fly experiments that everyone seems to do?
Yeah, right. Ugh.
Like that fruit has been there for a while. Did you give him more? No, I didn't want the fruit flies to leave the containment area.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Ugh.
I actually did have a disturbing one myself. I got saddled with a self-contained ecosystem. So I took, because I had a turtle that I changed the tank of, and so I took the previous turtle tank and I went out in my mom's backyard, literally dug like a foot of dirt, and the top layer of grass, leaving all the bugs and everything that you can find in Florida dirt in there. Filled
Ugh.
it up with water, like a great deal of water, And then I grabbed so my mom lives in a area of Florida that at the time is very wet, and easily we've like my mom has had problems with like toads and frogs and boofer toads, which are different than regular toads because they're poisonous. Um, and I just grabbed one of the frogs or toads that were in the yard, dropped him in there, and I legitimately held him in there, and he was fatter than when he went in. When I released him, but basically, I had to seal the entire thing and leave these animals and bugs and everything alone for like 3 weeks.
Gotcha.
That was my project. Not
Yeah.
only did the frog eat almost every single bug that was in there, um, the grass grew stronger and the water never left the tank because I had to seal it completely.
Right.
And so eventually, like when I did open that thing, it smelled like Florida at rain. It was like,
So Brent's saying that his grossest one was a human heart beating outside the body. Now, Brent, was that a school project that you actually saw, or are you just coming up with an idea that would be kind of wild? Because I'm now wondering if there's a story there. Silver Cove.
I mean, that's the most disturbing one I did. I mean, the Tanis one was when I had to build functioning kidneys. Like, I think I understand what he's saying with like the heart beating outside the human body, because I actually had to make a set of kidneys that was displayable, and I had a partner at the time on the project,
He came up with the
and
idea, which is good because I find that to be disturbing, which is exactly what you were asking. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but
Actually, that's what you should do is draw the kid with a beating heart on the table, big grin,
and attached to a human.
or not.
Yeah, like attached to
Where'd
a
it come from?
human, attached to a human, like through its chest, like having the tubes and everything, and the human's just kind of catatonic. That would be funny. Oh,
Yep.
how would I
5,
approach
4,
that?
2,
Hold on.
5, 4, 2. 5181. Maybe, and have a couple of other body parts on the floor around them, like Frankenstein's monster.
Well, that's what my first instinct went was Frankenstein's monster. Um, but I wasn't thinking a human. I was thinking not even another child. I was actually thinking like Frankenweenie.
Yeah, Frankenweenie. Yeah.
Yeah, like where he puts his dog back together using some parts of other dogs too at the same time. Um, but yeah.
Settling the Silver Cove. 5102. It stranded was 4930. Everything has to be in both numbers. Huh? I have flipped it around. And it's the wrong numbers. Okay. It's the first time we've had an error, though. That's not bad. All right. Only 65,241 people are saved. There we go. That's in 4/925. All right. I think we have gotten to the spot where I think, other than a couple of small pieces of math, we have fixed this into that. That's good. I think now I had 4 different locations for my timeline, and amazingly, all 4 of them had numbers that lined up, with the exception of one error, which I'm just shocked by. Would not have expected one error. It's like, well, that's kind of cool, actually. Because this becomes year 1. No. The Titan War lasts from. Because is it all 559? It is. It's all 559, isn't it? The Titan War lasts a long frickin' time. Wow. So it is. It's all 559. But instead of being 251, though, it's 773. There's like a couple of other races that I'm mentioning in here that I don't actually. A couple of other races that never make it to the end of the war. That's kind of weird. Huh, who knew?
Just means that you created a race and then genocided.
Yeah, they were wiped out by the Azul as well. Suckage. All right.
You know, you could actually make it so like some of them actually did survive, but not a lot of them.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. Was we've just got to they live. They're just a couple of these like other races that are no longer part of the cabal because they just were so devastated that they don't have. There's just not enough of them left. Uh, So 67. Now I've got to do the math on this one. 67, 68.5 years. So we will take 925 minus 6768.5. So that happened in that happens after this. And 156 year 156. There we go. Now it's placed in all of its correct locations. Nice. Always a plus. $16.20 times 365.25. That. Divided by 150. So 3944. Clear. We say 74925 minus 944 equals. So it's Galactic Day 70. 774. I think we've timed up everything perfectly, and that looks really good. So Galactic Day 774, then year 925, and then this becomes 775. Let's see if we pass there. We go right there. Okay, 776. Good. I think we got it. Now, here's the question for Brent / Donald, if Donald's still there. And that is, goodbye. Pepper, I think your camera just died.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Okay.
It just said goodbye. It was very cute.
Oh, that's fine. That means it died. Hold on.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, it's 11 o'clock, so our show's over. So
Well, hey, you know what? At
it
least
had
we
perfect
found.
timing.
At least we found what the limit is.
Right?
We found the limit. Here we go.
There we go.
We found the limit.
We can say our goodbyes, and I can go brush my teeth really, really, really well before I head off to the dentist.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. They're going to probably do the little heat thingy. I hate that thing.
What do you mean, little heat thingy?
I think it's sonic, but it feels hot. Whenever they scrape my teeth, that thing that gets the tartar off and stuff like that.
No, you could always be like Bill. He has no tartar buildup.
See, that just irritates me.
I know. It does.
So.
All right. Well.
Okay, well, I will see everybody tomorrow. We should.
Tomorrow's Watercolor Wednesday, right?
Tomorrow's Watercolor Wednesday, and maybe I will decide to take a break and go over to watercolors.
Okay. I hope Bill did say something about having a power cord for the camera. So if we get that in, then that will be most helpful so that if we run over 2 hours time. But now we know the limit of the battery, which is good.
Yeah, which was a little over 2 hours. That's not bad.
Yeah. And that's fresh. That battery is fresh. It was charged from overnight. So I'm gonna, and I have the old battery on charger. I'm gonna take that battery out and put that on charger, and then hopefully I'll have 2 fully charged batteries by tomorrow.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Coolio. Well.
All right.
Hey, everybody. I guess we'll head out of here, and I will go get my tooth drilled on. I broke a cuspid on one of my molars, and it's a cap. So the dentist was like, you know what? I don't know why you broke a cuspid, but if you don't mind, I'll just fill it. And I'm like, yeah, just fill it. That's fine. So she wants to go in and just. So I'm gonna be drilling, and of course it's an upper molar, which means I'll hear it in my head. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow for Watercolor Wednesday, and I actually can also set up over there and do painting too, and I think I will. So there.
And if, to be fair, if you don't want to go the full 2 hours, by all means, that'll be fine, because if I don't get the power cord tomorrow or today, and I'm still kind of like doing the same thing that I did today, it'll just save my battery.
Yeah, I feel like, though, I want to try to add some pictures to my timeline so that it's got a couple of pictures of the events sort of in watercolors, like what we've done before with the
yeah.
the
I know
Star
what you're
Trek
talking
books that I really
Yeah.
like those watercolors that are in that Star Trek book, The History of the Federation. So I'm going to do a couple of watercolors of just things happening that, like big events. And then I'll just paint them in like small, quadrants. And then
about.
work. So, and then that'll
Sweet.
make things better.
Yeah. By the
So
way, I'm fasting this morning, so
I didn't fast this morning because I knew I wouldn't have time to eat lunch. And I didn't want to fast until 2 or 3. So this morning is the first time I have broken my fast since I started 3 weeks ago, which is
so
pretty cool.
you had a break fast.
I had a break fast. I will
All
talk
right.
to you guys later.
All
Bye,
right.
Brian. We'll see you
Bye,
tomorrow.
everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
Pepper. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Keep your eyes on the stars.
Computer, good night.